Hello everyone, welcome to the Watchtower, and today we're going to be going over the DC Comics product reveals for Sideshow Con 2021. That is coming up next. Like I was saying everyone, today I'm going to be going over Sideshow Con 2021's DC statue reveals. What products they had, they showed for the first time at Sideshow Con. So these are going to be all first time items. Not going to be anything that they showed before or teased or anything. It's all going to be things that showed up for the first time at this con that we saw for the first time. So I'm going to be running down these pieces, kind of giving my thoughts on them and everything, what I'm interested in, what I'm going to buy. And we're just going to go from there, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into that right now. So we're going to kind of go by company here. So starting out, we're going to go over Tweeterhead's reveals at Sideshow Con. And the first thing that I want to show is they had two prototypes that they showed that were unpainted, and then they had one finished product. So we're going to go over the finished product first. And that is the Crypto, the Superdog statue that they revealed. And this is, I think, for the most part, this is a really nice looking piece. I like the pose, the sculpt, the paints look good. I do hope that it comes with a change out head though, because the head that they showed at Sideshow Con, I don't know what's going on. It looks weird. Like, Crypto looks deranged. I don't know what it is. It's very just like the head is just like the eyes are weird. I just feel like the whole thing is not like a face that a dog actually makes. It's very, very weird. So I hope there's a change out head where you don't have to display that one, because it looks deranged. I don't know the better way to put it. I just don't feel like that's a good head sculpt. There's just something off about it. I don't know if it's a sculpt or the eyes look weird, but yeah, it just looks. This is my first of Tweeterhead's 2.0 line. This is the first one that I feel like is like a miss. It feels just the head sculpt. Maybe this is why people don't do animals, because I don't know. There's just something off about that head. It looks rough. Other than that, I like how they have incorporated him flying and everything. And the dog itself looks great. The sculpt and everything of the body and everything, the fur looks great. Just the head. I hope they'll switch out head, because that one, I don't know. So moving on, we also had the Flash maquette that they showed off. This is an unpainted prototype. So I know there were some people that complained and everything about this, saying that he looked like he was too big, or they didn't like that he was just standing still, or whatever. He looked boring. I'm going to reserve some judgment until it's painted. I don't think he looks too big. I think he looks fine. It is hard. Maybe he does look a little bit simple in the sculpt because it's not all painted and the base isn't painted, so it looks boring. But I would argue that if we saw the John Stewart unpainted with just the rock base and everything, we would be like, oh, that looks pretty boring too. But that's a great looking piece. So I think when this is painted, they said there's going to be like some ice effect on it and stuff from where he's like fighting Captain Cold. So I'm interested to see what that. I'm interested to see what the exclusive is, because it doesn't really look like there's anything that swaps out or anything. So I like the little lightning effect on it a little bit, like he's just like come to a stop. He's kind of just like triumphant in battle. If there was one thing I would have changed, the hands on the hip are not terrible for me. I think I would have preferred if his hands were like crossed and he was kind of looking like that. I don't know. I just feel like the hands cross pose is just something I've seen more with the Flash than the hands on the hip, which I know is a thing. I've seen comic book images of him with his hands on his hip, but I just think him stopping with just like arms crossed. I just think I would like that better. But I still think this looks really nice and everything. I'll have to see this paint and everything. I don't know if this is something I'm going to pick up, because I have the Flash by XM Studios here. And even though this one is going to be a much smaller footprint and stuff, so I could be able to fit more on a shelf, I really like this Flash XM. But I mean, can you ever really have too many Flashes? But, I just have to make some decisions now, because do I want to double characters right now with other characters that don't have any statues that I really want? So, we have to decide that. But I'm going to wait, hold judgment on this until it's painted and everything before I decide, whether I like it or not. But the initial sculpt and everything, I think looks really good. Just interested to see it painted, see how it looks overall. And then next we have from Tweeterhead, we have the Wonder Woman maquette that was unpainted. So this is, again, let's say the unpainted prototype. And I think she looks fantastic. This is one that I was like, yeah, I don't care if I have multiple Wonder Woman. I'll always add more Wonder Woman to my collection. So this one, that's a buy. I'm totally getting her. She looks awesome. I love this whole Ares, like, statue base she's standing on. I'm assuming it's a statue. I'm assuming it's going to be painted marble or something. Yeah, that she's not actually standing on top of the actual God of War. There's some sort of marble statue or something, and she's just like the whole thing, like, so with her spear up and everything, like, she's just like leading the Amazons into battle against Ares, and there's just like this, there's like, where they're like in his like realm or whatever, and there's like stone pillars of him because he's the God of War and he's arrogant, so of course he'd have statues of himself, and they're just like, and she's just like, one's just like, they're toppling one over and they're just charging over. I love this whole thing. I can't wait to see this painted up. I think it's gonna look freaking outstanding. I am a little worried because it looks like it's going to have a pretty high statue. It looks like it's going to be a big statue with the spear and everything. Some people are hoping there's going to be a swap out with a sword, but that's going to make, if there's a swap with a sword, she's holding a sword up, it's going to make it even taller than the spear. My goodness, this is going to be this looks like it's going to be a very, very tall piece because she's got on a big base. She's up there with the spear and everything, and if it's a sword, this looks like it's going to be a big statue, but I'm excited to see this. I think it's looking really, really cool so far. I can't wait to see this painted. I love the whole effect of it. They said there's going to be like a fire element on the base as well, so really looking forward to that. I think she looks really, really good. All right, and now we're going to shift gears, and we're going to look at what Sideshow itself previewed and unveiled for Sideshow Con from DC Comics. So there's really two pieces at the con, but there was another piece they teased online that I'm going to go over as well, even though it wasn't at the con, but I want to talk about it. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Christian Bale Batman Begins premium format statue. And how do I feel about this? I am a huge fan of Batman Begins and the whole Dark Knight trilogy and everything. I don't collect movie pieces, but still, I want to go over this and everything because it was a DC related piece, and I just want to talk about it. I don't like this statue at all. I understand what they were trying to go for. They were trying to go for that iconic image of him on top of the rooftop with his cape draped around and everything, standing there. But he is, like, just the way his body is and everything, it's not natural. He's, like, so tense and everything. Nobody just stands like that. It's such a weird pose to put him in and everything, with his arms just, like, locked like this and everything, and just, like, and he's just, got his chest out, and just his pelvis out. It's very weird pose. I don't know what the deal was with that. It just doesn't look like a natural pose that someone would be in. It's very weird. So I don't like this one at all. I'm really not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about it. It's not going to be something for me, so we're just going to skip over it. But this next piece is something that I am really, really interested in. And that is this new Huntress Pf they showed. And I am digging her big time. She looks, I think, outstanding. I like everything about this statue. This is probably going to be a pre-order for me. Even though I have the original Huntress, I'm going to get this one in. I might sell the original because I really, really like this one. I think it just really, there's just a confidence and a calmness about the way she's just got her bow staff over her shoulders like that, carrying it as she's like on that, like walking down the stairs of that dock and everything. Either just, going to confront enemies or just defeated enemies. There's just this confidence and this cockiness to her. That's just like, and she's just like, yeah, whatever. You guys are nuts. I'm going to tear right through you. So I really like her whole body language and the pose and everything. She looks very pretty, very confident. I really, really like that. Yes, I would have preferred if it was a different costume than the costume we had with the previous one. I would have really liked if they used her modern costume, but still, she looks amazing. And a lot of people don't like the base. I like the base. I think the base looks really nice. I love the wood effect. I love the dark. I love that like green, like kind of like glow from like the water and everything that's coming up on the bottom of that base. I think in the wood base and everything, I think it would look really good right beside the Robin PF with him on that wood base as well. So you can kind of like tell a story with them as they're at the docks together, you know, taking out enemies, and he's inside the warehouse and she's outside the warehouse, and they're taking out goons together. So I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna put her right beside the Robin with that wood base. And honestly, I hope they do some more characters with similar bases, so I can have a whole thing. It's like if they did some more pieces, I'm gonna. I know some new characters. Sideshow, please, no way. Rehashes. Let's just redo characters. But that doesn't really bother me so much if they are awesome. If they're gonna redo a character, it's gotta be awesome. It's gotta be better than the original. And these characters sell, so they're gonna redo them, and I understand that. And you know, and I'm the idiot that's gonna buy them. So you know, I have her. I'm gonna buy another one because it's Huntress, and Huntress is awesome. So yeah, I like this piece. Whole thing looks awesome. I'm definitely gonna pick this up. And then the last piece I'm gonna talk about, and this is one that wasn't showed at the con, but they teased it on the last day of Sideshow Con. So I'm gonna talk about it. And this is this new Catwoman Pf. And I just want to talk about this real quick because I think this is a really, really nice looking piece. I think she looks really good. And this is another one. I am always a sucker for Catwoman. I will buy, it doesn't matter if I have 5 or 15 Catwoman, I'll always buy another one because Catwoman is my favorite female character. So I'll always buy more Catwoman. There are female characters I don't have yet that I want, and I'd buy another Catwoman over them because that's how awesome Catwoman is. Same thing with Wonder Woman. I buy multiple Wonder Woman. But I really like Catwoman, and I really, really like this piece. So I'm going to have to decide whether or not I'm going to pick this up. I need to see some better images and stuff of it because there's some few issues with it right now that I see that I don't like if they are actually issues. So I don't know if this is completely done because it looks like there are seams at the shoulder and on the thigh of the legs where like the pieces fit together. It doesn't look like it's like a sculpted detail. It looks like actual seams where pieces put together. So it makes me think that they kind of rushed this out to show a preview of it during this thing, and it wasn't completely done yet. So when they put it for pre-order, I'm gonna have to look at this again and see if these seams and stuff are really there because that's gonna be a big turn for me because I don't like all those seams on the shoulders, on the thighs, and everything. So that's gonna be something that I don't like about it if that's gonna stay like that. And the whip that's draped around her, it looks just in this picture, it looks really, really cheap. It is, of course, it's mixed media. It's not sculpted, but it just looks cheap. It just looks like some sort of like thicker string that they just roped around her. So I don't like how the whip looks. I feel like the whip looks cheap, but that's again something that once they put this up for pre-order and I can see it, I might change my mind. But other than that, I love the sculpt. I love her face. I'm assuming there's probably going to be a switch out face as well, just how they have it all set up and everything. You could really easy to switch that head out. But I love the little smirk and everything, the confidence of the face. I really, really like everything else about this piece, besides those seams, if those are going to be permanent, and the whip looks cheap. Other than that, I really, really like it. But guys, that's going to do it for me. This is everything that was revealed at Sideshow Con 2021 for, DC Comics-wise new stuff. What did everyone think? Were you guys disappointed with Sideshow Con? There was some stuff. I'm glad I'm not a Marvel collector because there was some really nice Marvel stuff there as well that I would have. If I was a Marvel collector, I would be definitely picking up that new Captain America because that looks sweet. I really, really like that. But what did you guys think? Anything else that popped your eye? That crow statue also looked really cool. That crow statue was cool. Anyone going to pick that up? So just a lot of really nice stuff. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you thought. Anything here that you're going to pick up. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you the next time I log in for Monitor Duty up here in the Watchtower.